Hey, you, it's Adam and Ryan Mounts from West Virginia. Say what's up, Ryan.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, man, it is an honor and a privilege to have Ryan on the program. He actually went viral on a couple different social media platforms for being under the influence at his work. Today is 200 days sober.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bro, everybody, if you're in your living room, clap your hands for Ryan kind of thing right now. So I'm going to let you take off real quick. I mean, bro, I'm just being real with you. I found you on TikTok. You was, and now you got your stuff straight. So you want to just give us a quick rundown? I know you're a busy man and we don't have that much time today, about 20 minutes. So just tell everybody what had happened.
Well, what happened was, like I'd been in recovery for a little while, hence, why I was wearing, the sweatshirt that I was wearing, the neighborhood hope dealer. And, so I've been clean for a little. I had put a few days together, and I was at work, working the midnight shift at a gas station, and not such a good part of town. And this guy came in, and he was just hammered. I could just tell immediately, and at first, I was just telling myself no, don't do it, because it triggered me right away.
Sure.
Just to see that, because heroin was my drug of choice.
Mine too.
And I was just I looked at him, and I just kept saying in my mind, don't do it. And then he walks up to the counter and sets his stuff up there, and I was just before I even knew it, I was just like, man, you got any more of that?
Right.
And I went into the bathroom and I did it, and I honestly don't remember when the video got recorded. I don't remember not a single bit of that.
None of that at all.
Yeah, no, and I didn't even know that it had been recorded until the next day, whenever my boss called me up, and because the guy came back into the store and was just like, hey, did you get high last night? No,
What are you talking about?
And he sends me that video, and I'm like, what? I was just like, no, I was like, no way that happened. And because I eventually came to, and I just finished out my shift like nothing had happened. Because
Right.
in my mind, none of that did happen.
Right.
Went home and I went to bed, getting ready. And then about a few hours later, my phone rings, and it was my boss, telling me, hey, did you get high last night? And then he showed me that video, and I was like, oh, so you don't want me to come in tomorrow? And he's like, definitely not.
Yeah, probably not.
And I was immediately, see you later, and so about a couple of days went by, and I was just like, screw it, I'm just going, I already relapsed, and I'm just going to go hard.
Yeah,
and
back at it.
I got high for a couple more days, and a friend of mine reached out to me. Person on the other end, it's from California. The person on the other end is like, hey man, it's Wordsmith, and I don't know if you know who that is. He's a Christian rapper and a motivational speaker. The hoodie that I was wearing, the neighborhood hope dealer, that's actually his brand. So so at first I'm just like, yeah, right, whatever, bro, just
right.
And he's like, nah, it's really me. Your best friend reached out to me and sent me a link to the video and told me that you were in a bad place. And he's like, dude, we just want to get you some help. Don't worry about that video. In a year, that ain't even going to mean nothing.
Right.
And so I talked with him for a little bit, on the phone, and by the time I got off the phone, I was done. I was broke down. I was crying like a little girl.
Sure.
And just because, just for my friend to, to know to do that, and to actually have it work, and for that guy to call me that really saved my life right then and there. And I didn't go out and get more dope that night. and that's when I decided I wasn't going to do what, I was planning on doing.
Right.
And I started calling around, different treatment centers, and I got into a detox up in northern part of West Virginia,
Cool.
and so I went there, and then I reached out. Actually, a couple of people from an old rehab that I went to reached back out to me and was just like, man, I seen you on YouTube. Like it looks like you need to come back. And so from that detox, I went back to this place. It's called the Anchor Projects. It's out of Dunbar, West Virginia.
Uh-huh.
And it's faith-based through a church. And I completed their 40-day program that they have there and moved into their sober living homes.
Uh-huh.
And so whenever I went through there, like I'd originally been, like, I got baptized at this church the first time that I went through their program.
Back long before the video, right?
Yeah, it was a few months before the video.
Okay, so you got dunked.
Yeah.
Cool. I just got dunked not that long ago.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So when I went through their program and did the 40 days, and like I just kind of just started working my tail off, and within about a month and a half of being in the sober living, I saved up enough money to get an apartment of my own and all that, and which I'm 35 years old, and that's the first time I've ever had an apartment of my own, because I've been either on drugs, in prison, places like that.
Right.
And since then I've been going to school to I got my recovery coach certificates. I'm trying to get a job in the recovery community.
Awesome.
I'm very active in my church that I go to. I play in my church band. We do lots of service work out on the streets, have recovery rallies, all that good stuff.
That's awesome, bro. So, hey, can I ask you a couple questions real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
First and foremost, let me just answer with a statement real quick, bro. You would make a perfect recovery coach because,
Thanks,
as horrible as that video is, and, the excruciating, volatile feelings that might come with watching that, like, oh man, I really messed this one up on an epic level, especially if grandma's seen it, you know what I'm saying? But what a story to overcome. You know what I mean? Like if you can go from this to what you're doing now, like, bro, I'm looking at you in the car, man, you put some healthy weight on. Like you're heading in
put on about 60 pounds.
60, 60?
Yeah.
Bro, you're looking great. So just keep that up. Prison, you went to drugs, prison and drugs, basically?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I got you.
Yeah.
And now you're just doing your thing, right? Got your place. Yep. Congratulations on that. That's good stuff, bro. That is just absolutely incredible. Do you still have people like, hey man, I seen your video? Like, is it still happening 200 days or whatever later? Like, do people still, or is it pretty much the majority's been like, hey bro, I seen that?
I mean, it's definitely slowed down a little bit, but I still get messed. Like I went on to a lot of these platforms and commented on the videos. Hey, this is me. Like I'm clean and sober now. And,
I've been doing the same thing.
And so, like, I mean, people have been reaching out through there and comments there. Some people have found me on Facebook, and I get messages from people all over the world, and they straight pour their hearts out to me. They're like, tell me that they found out that I got sober and, and that they want to do the same, ask me how I did it and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's really awesome to, be able to reach that many people.
Yeah, without a doubt. I'll keep it a little bit on the shorter side. I know that you're a busy man up there in West Virginia doing the clean and sober thing. So I typically close with the exact same question. If you don't mind, I'll ask you. You got 200 days sober today, right? Regardless of this viral video, right? Knowing what you know now, what would you tell yourself the day before you got in recovery? What would Ryan tell Ryan 201 days ago today about recovery and sobriety?
I don't stress too much over it and just take it one day at a time. And I mean, that's my biggest piece of advice, and that's helped me throughout my recovery.
So don't stress and take it one day at a time, right?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Family, a big shout out to my boy Ryan Mounts from West Virginia. If we learned anything from Ryan's story is don't stress the small stuff because the big stuff might get to you. And don't stress the big stuff because it only takes one day at a time. For me in the beginning, it was 1 second at a time, 1 minute at a time, and 1 day at a time. Ryan Mounts from West Virginia, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate you. Make sure that y'all subscribe on YouTube at IFI Motivation, hashtag this dude crazy, but most importantly, hashtag this is IFI. Tell them bye, Ryan.
Y'all have a good one.
See ya.